Hey, Stu from Evolution Unleashed. Today is a bit more of a behind the scenes look at how I'm building my YouTube channel. And while there are plenty of YouTube tutorial videos out there from people that are very successful, I thought I'll show you as I'm building live, raw, real, as I'm going through that curve, rather than sort of filming it a year from now through the lens of success and rose-tinted glasses, where we tend to romanticize and make our early days feel so much more nostalgic than they really are. Getting started is hard. Look, winning starts with beginning. I know that's so cliche, but think about what it means. If you have a seed, it won't grow until you plant it in the ground, until you take action. The greatest, most majestic oak trees in the world all start from a tiny acorn. Everything has a beginning, including your content. So if you've been thinking about building a YouTube channel, then take it from me, not an expert in YouTube videos by a long, long way. Winning starts with beginning. You just have to get started with the resources you have now. Don't be overwhelmed by the monster channels. Yeah, oh, how could I ever do a YouTube channel? Because Mr. Beast, I look at their quality and I'm consuming all this content. I can't make that. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get started. If you go back and look at those big channels in their first few videos, they were a lot less slick than they are now because they have an army. They have an army of people that are working on that content. They make it sound so easy, but you don't see the sheer level of resources they're chucking at it to make it look effortless. But what about you when you're just starting out and you don't have a team and you don't have resources? Well, that's the experiment I've been doing. And today I want to give you a bit more glimpse. You know, a year ago, I shut everything down, and with zero audience, I went all in on AI. Now, we don't have a huge database, but it's big. We've made a few dollars. I have around 20,000 people in a Facebook community. So it's working. And 2 months ago, I thought, well, it's time to get started with YouTube. But I didn't want to go down the expensive road of hiring a video editor until I'd validated that people want what I'm talking about. Yet here's the hard thing to balance. And this is what holds us back, right? We think one day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. And I'd been thinking about this YouTube channel from when I started Evolution Unleashed. And it took me a full year almost to kickstart it. I let fear hold me back. Well, I don't have great quality. How am I going to compete with slick videos? And look how wonderful my videos are. As I said, I sit down, I do a shoot on Zoom, and what you see is what you get, mistakes and all. No video editing at all. I wanted to validate, which means, how do I describe validate? It means prove that what I'm talking about is something that people want to hear. And this is the wonderful thing. If you can grow your channel with very poor production quality, then you know that you have something valuable. And many of you do. You're sitting on so much information and knowledge and expertise that you've accumulated. But like me, sometimes we let fear hold us back. We let a lack of knowledge or understanding of how to do something hold us back. And instead, we go to Someday Island. Someday Island is this place in our head where all the magic's going to happen. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. And it's going to be great. And we have this idea of how amazing everything will be. And we'll have this big content team and we'll have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and it'll rain money on us. But that will remain a fantasy, a pipe dream, relegated to Someday Island, which is your little comfort blanket that tells you, don't worry about doing anything now. You've got this wonderful future, and it's missing the all-important ingredient of planting the seed in the ground, taking action. And this is what I encourage you to do. So I'm going to give you a little look at what I've been doing for the last 2 months with really poor video quality, just to encourage you that getting started is the right thing, no matter where you are now. Don't wait. This is so hard to hear, isn't it? Oh, but all the excuses come up. We're very good at excuses. Fear. Oh, but what if people don't like it? Oh, the production quality will be bad. What if people laugh at me? I suck on video. I'm so nervous in front of a camera, or whatever it is we tell ourselves that prevent us from going down the road that we kind of desire. This YouTube channel should have been done when I started Evolution Unleashed, but I didn't. However, we're taking action now. A couple of months ago, we set up a new plan, a new strategy, and this is the culmination of it. But enough talking, let's use my very high quality screen share on Zoom to go and have a look at my channel. So right now, after a couple of months, I'm looking at 490 subscribers. That's not terrible. I think you need 500 to monetize. And I set a challenge. I need to grow this channel to 500 subscribers before I will ever invest a cent in it. And that sounds counterintuitive. But look, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started just using Zoom, which is what I do. Right? You can come over. So I come over to Midjourney. We'll come back to those numbers and we'll talk about them in a moment. But here's this background. I just generated it today in Midjourney. Here's the prompt. You're welcome to read it. Okay? And then I go over to Canva and I add my logo, download it as a PNG, upload it to Zoom as a virtual background. I have a very cheap green screen behind me that I picked up off a digital nomad for literally $8, I think it cost me. It was a digital nomad leaving Vietnam. I was in the right place at the right time. So this is my $8 studio, plus I pay a subscription to Midjourney to be able to generate art, but I use it for a lot more than that. Let's go back to the videos, the YouTube channel, and you can see 490, but in the last 28 days, that's 101 grown. We're up to 4.5K views this month, which is well up, and 230 hours of watch time, which for a 5 to 12-minute video range generally isn't terrible. Now, I'm doing a lot of work on my analytics. So you have the analytics tab, and you can learn a lot of very valuable information. When people drop off, all this is available free, and it's very easy and intuitive. I have to give a heads up to YouTube. They make their studio very easy to work. Now with AI, you can optimize descriptions, make sure you've got SEO. There is so much you can do, but you have to get started with what you have. And that's the tricky part, right? That's the hard part. And it's all well and good hearing people that have built 100,000 plus subscriber channels telling you how to start, but they're looking at it through that lens, those rose-tinted glasses of success, and they're not really giving you that raw kind of, this is the struggles I had. It's tough when you put a video up that's very poorly edited or not edited at all, in my case, and you get like 20 views after a few days and it just tanks. But you've got to remove the ego. All things have to grow. You've got to learn to crawl before you can walk. You have to learn to walk before you can run. And you have to learn to run before you can sprint. Getting started is the key. And then it's just consistency, iteration, and listen to the feedback. Watch what people like and make more of it. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, this should be the last poorly edited video you will see from this channel, because I set an AI strategy for the business wired to me. We'll talk about that in other videos. I won't go into it today. But that plan said when I get to 500 subscribers, I'll hire a video editor. So let me show you my next steps, because this is important. Now that I have 500 subscribers, or almost, that'll click over in the next few days, I thought, well, it's time to implement and follow the strategy that I had laid out with AI's help, and take that next step to improve the videos. So I've put a job up on Upwork, seeking a creative video editor for long-form YouTube content, this type of video, so we can get the zoomy ins and the zoomy outs and some B-roll and some cool little effects. Nothing overproduced, but just to make it more interesting to watch. Got plenty of value to give, but I want to increase the production quality now that I have validated or proved that people like the type of content I'm talking about. And if I can get to 500 with zero cost and pretty much no video editing, then imagine the next step, which is 500 to 5,000. I'm going to bring you along on that journey too, if you're interested. You don't often get to see a as you go sort of development, right? So I'm going to do this. The next 5 videos that you see on my YouTube channel will be edited by a different editor. Now, I've only just put this ad up, already have 10. Let's see if there's some more now. No, still on 10. And gosh, no, we don't want to pay you more money. And you can see that there's various prices. They're charging $12 an hour, $10 an hour, $11.11 an hour. Someone using magic numbers, $150 an hour. Interesting. $15, $40, $15, $6, $7, $15. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to choose 5. I'm going to get a range of different people, and each of them will be someone that could start producing for us full time, but I don't want to commit to a video editor until I've seen their work. So the next 5 videos, one of these people will be making each of those. So video 1 will be one of them, video 2 will be a different one. So I can get a range of ideas, see what kind of budget, and I'll share that information. So after the next 5 videos, here's what I'll do. We'll have the 5 videos from each of the Upwork freelancers, and then we'll do a review session where I'll have a look at which ones I like best, what worked, what didn't. We'll select one who will be the winner, and I'll give you insights into the entire process. Because I want to show you that it can be a bit overwhelming starting a YouTube channel or whatever it is you want to start, especially because we think we don't have enough knowledge. We compare ourselves to others. We look at what others are doing and we feel, that we're not good enough. The imposter syndrome comes up. But if you've got value and expertise to share, just get started. Find your tribe, find your voice. It takes time. That's why I didn't invest in a video editor until I figured out what works and what doesn't. So I hope this has been somewhat encouraging. I hope you enjoy a little behind the scenes look for those that have been following our journey. I'll be doing more of these, but here on out, you'll see the quality of our videos is going to improve. We won't get it right from the outset, but we will take the next step forward. And that's a wonderful thing. The seed becomes a little seedling, a little tree, mini tree. Then it starts growing, and then eventually branches start coming until you've got this wonderful, wonderful tree. But you can't just go from seed to tree overnight. All these overnight success stories, what you're not knowing is the resources and the audience that they already leverage. What about those that don't have that? I started Evolution Unleashed with 0 followers from scratch a year ago. What a journey it's been. And now we're taking the next step into professional videos. Can't wait to share it with you, but just be encouraged and get started. Don't hold back on your dreams. Forget Someday Island. Don't let that steal and rob you of getting started today, because until you take that first step, Someday Island will always remain a fantasy in your mind. Sure, it'll be a nice comfort blanket. You can tell people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So you feel like you're doing something. But in reality, until you sit down and make a decision, I'm going to get started, I'm going to be consistent, and I'm just going to learn as I go, well, you'll stay stuck. You won't get started. You'll never grow. Remember, till you put that seed in the ground and water it every day, it will never grow. So take your ideas, remove them from Someday Island and put them in the ground today, get started, and learn as you go. Remember, the biggest channels you see, they were little seeds once. They had their first videos. And you look at their videos from their very first to where they are now, the production quality is massively different. Don't compare yourself to other people. Focus on the value you have to offer and just share it with the world the best way you can with what you have available now, and just be smart. Listen to the market, take feedback, and just push that into what you're doing so you can constantly improve. And eventually, you will take off like I'm going to. I'm not there yet. 500 subscribers does not make me a YouTube expert. I'm the first to admit I know little to nothing. I'm testing thumbnails. I'm SEO optimizing my descriptions. I'm trying to do it all right. And now we'll see what happens when we add a bit of production quality. I hope you're enjoying the journey. That's all I've got for you today. If you haven't already, it would help a lot if you'd subscribe. I need 10 more of you to push me over that 500. But here's looking forward to 5,000 subscribers, and I'll be sharing the journey behind the scenes along the way, so you can at least see someone who has no video editing skills, see what I go through, see how I eventually build my team, and we'll see if it works. Ultimately, it comes down to the value and quality of our content. And I think we'll be able to achieve that. But who knows? All I know is to get there, I have to take this step and the next step in front of me. And if I keep taking the right steps in the right direction, eventually I'll get to where I want to go. That's it, folks. See you in the next one. Peace.